Good morning. It is January the 5th, 2017. Time to kick off our third trading day this week. As we start off every morning, we have to disclose our disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general also subject to the fact that they are designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Now, our trading methodology is not designed with the benefit of hindsight. We've got our retest failure trades that are for bracketed conditions. We've got our S&Bs and trending trades that are for trending conditions. We've got the mean green trade, which is executing a trade at value with the market's last or latest direction, etc. So we're a little bit different than a lot of firms that profess to know what they're doing. Okay, we come into today's market with equities mixed. Japan, Europe, Great Britain's markets were off. We were off about a point this morning in many. Hong Kong and Shanghai's markets were higher. Europe's markets were not off a lot. We have tomorrow's non-farm payroll number that tends to freeze the activity and hold us in the trading range. So that's what we'll assume that will again be true today. We have news. ADP for real today. Plus 172. Tomorrow's non-farm payroll number is projected at plus 175. Jobless claims at 260. PMI services 53.4. ISM services 56.8. Nat gas minus 97 BCF. Crude minus 1.8. The APIs drew 7.4 million barrels last night. So they generally move with each other directionally. So the news focus today will be ADP, ISM services, and crude inventories. It usually impacts crude by limiting the trading range to 40-50 ticks in the day session into that news, and then when the news hits, the market can move 40, 60, 70, 80 ticks. So I'm going to play for a trading range today. Resistance, you can see it right here, starts at 8 to 12. I think the best trading or selling would come leaning against this London high right here, which is at 11.5. So the 11s are better, would be there, but resistance does start at 8 to 9 right in here. You can see that. So 7 to 11, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the buy side, supports the buck to 04. We'll put the buy at the buck to 04, buy 1. Like to get it done against 124, and then 25 to 29 for buy 2. Okay, looking at the 30-year. Okay, resistance starts at 28 to the buck. So 3 to 7, sell 1. 15 to 19, sell 2. On On the buy side, we have pretty good support at 16 to 20. So 9 to 13 buy 1. 29 to 01 leaning against 150 will be buy 2. Gold was up last night. Inflation is starting to pop up, accelerating around the globe. That makes gold a reasonable investment. That's historically an inflation play. So right now we're at 74, 78 to 80, sell 1. 83, 85, sell 2. On the buy side, 70, 72. 65, 67 for buy 2. China intervened last night. Big time. Massively was the word that the press used to hurt speculators. It's the second day in a row that they've done that, to hurt speculators that were short the yuan and to stem the tide of the dollar. The euro, the yen, the yuan are all up against the dollar this morning. Last rotate up in London stopped at 57. We've got the London high up there at 106 even. We're currently at 37. So first sell is going to be 105.50. Second sell will be 75. On the buy side, 105 even, 105.10 buy 1. 475 buy 2. Given tomorrow's non-farm payroll numbers, we may look at a 105 minus 105.50 market today. Maybe be limited to 50 ticks. Crude oil. Last night the APIs drew, products built. Part of that could be the inventory play, where they run crude inventories down everywhere to keep from getting taxed on it. Read an article the other day that said that oil production, natural gas, coal in taxes at the lease head represent upwards of $1 trillion of contribution of taxes to state governments and the federal government. That's a lot of loot. And to minimize taxes, in my experience, they run crude inventories down at year end. You see that in products building. So gasoline and heating oil built quite a bit last night. So I don't think the drawdown of 7.4 million barrels represents increased demand, because the economy is starting to grow quickly. Okay, the APIs had a draw last night. Didn't have a huge rally after that. There are other articles out that Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the Emirates were cutting production. We saw yesterday that Oman production cuts. So, and the articles also pointed out that Libya was exempt from production quotas. So the article that took us lower yesterday about Libyan oil production was discounted in this article. So sellers 54 and a quarter, sell 1. 54.50, 54.75, sell 2. We're going to play for stops above 54. On the buy side, 53 and a quarter, buy 1. 52.50, 52.75, buy 2. Now to everybody's favorite contract, the E-mini, which has just been really tough to trade because of the lack of volatility. You just buy and sell the opening, then you disappear for 3, 5, 6 hours. Come back and see what you have. The problem with our market is that it's long. The world is long. Large institutional players are long. Probably be that way into Trump's inauguration. It'll take a big change in news or something. Trigger it to the short side. I don't believe the Fed will be as aggressive supporting the market as they have been with the new administration. Everybody in Washington, D.C. will be doing their best to undo the Trump election or to keep him from doing what he said he's going to do. If Trump can accomplish half of what he says he'd like to accomplish, that represents big change in Washington, D.C. in the way things are done. And it needs to be done, but I don't know if we'll be able to pull it off. Immigration reform, stopping the immigrants from Syria and Somalia, other places like that. Cutting taxes, changing industrial policy. And starting to whittle away at the bureaucracy would be major accomplishments if he's able to do that. And that remains to be seen. The E-mini, we're having trouble getting through this 65 to 70 area, so best resistance is 65 to 70. Support, as best support has been in this 45 to 50 area. And that would give you like a 20-point range, and that's usually what we can trade. Looking at the Globex session, we've got more volume in the bottom half. It's leaning B. So we got a low volume number basically at 55, and then we've got another, the low volume number is at 47.48. So our first buy is going to be 54.56. Second buy is going to be 49 to 51. Looking for a trading range today. On the sell side, 64.66, sell 1. And 69.71, sell 2. ADP 172. ISM services 56.8. Crude inventories minus 1.8 are the news announcements this morning that I think will impact the trading, and we'll see if that happens. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get stuff up and posted. I'm going to get busy with that. I will be back with you as soon as possible. In a bit.